Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. It was the 11th day after Luo Feng had entered God-destroying valley, and Luo Feng had become more careful. It was definitely the most dangerous place in universe boat, even without that molten lava devil god. He couldn't afford to be careless in the slightest in God-destroying valley. Lava sometimes dropped from the sky, which made God-destroying valley incredibly hot, and the space was twisted. Occasionally, huge rocks also fell from the sky. Huh? Luo Feng frowned. His golden country detected a great being behind him. Is he Yin Tuo from the first universe incarnation era? He immediately matched the aura and look of the great being with the database he had. Yin Tuo, a great being from the ancestral god school in the first incarnation era. He is a special life form that looks like a child. He is a special life form who wasn't born in the universe era Luo Feng lives in. He is extremely powerful. Also, he followed the path of Golden Beast God. He was proficient in close combat and spiritual force weapons, too. The spiritual force weapon he used was a pinnacle true treasure known as Golden Sulphone Armor. He was a top-tier universe master, who could rival Ice Mountain Master and Void Gold Master. He was a special life form with a unique godly body, and it was almost impossible to kill him. The ancestral god school represented the origin law of the original universe. After one incarnation, the ancestral god school from the first universe era escaped, and they couldn't get back to the original universe. Without the help of the universe origin, the advantages the ancestral god school had were gone. It became a loose alliance. However, Yin Tuo himself was a handful, worse than a Nyong master. It's him. Luo Feng frowned. Even Void Gold Master is easier to deal with than him. It's impossible to kill him. Yin Tuo tried to get the control over space and time, yet he was rejected by the dim golden light. Luo Feng's control over space and time had already surpassed that of universe masters even before going to the wing space, not to mention now. Ha ha ha. Human, a squeaky voice said. How dare you come to God-destroying valley? This silver true treasure of yours is indeed special, and that golden domain is indeed powerful. I'll spare your life if you give me those silver wings. Deal? Luo Feng sneered. In your dreams, Yin Tuo. Through his golden country, a huge rock dropped from the lava ocean behind him. The rock had a diameter of more than 300 million kilometers. It plummeted at a terrifically high speed. That rock could have killed most universe masters if it had a diameter of more than 100 million kilometers, and with golden country, the power of the rock surged. It flew toward Yin Tuo. The rock twisted the space, and it plummeted like a streak of light. Humph! Yin Tuo yelled, and golden fragments burst out of his body. Billions of golden fragments showed up in the sky and surrounded him as if the fragments were connected. Many law threads connected them immediately, and the golden fragments started to merge with each other. A ferocious, single-horned golden lizard 100,000 kilometers long appeared. It was a golden beast god. The single-horned lizard was forceful, just like a beast god, and Yin Tuo was staying in the body of the lizard. How impressive the technique is! Luo Feng couldn't help exclaiming. It was just like a rebirth of a beast god. He couldn't do that yet. The golden lizard roared, and it raced toward that rock. It didn't dodge it, instead, it hit the rock like a freight train. The moment they collided, the golden lizard changed its shape, and its tail slashed the rock. The rock was derailed and kept plummeting. The power from the rock also burst outward when it hit the tail. The golden lizard changed its direction and flew toward Luo Feng. It borrowed the energy. Luo Feng was shocked. No wonder Yin Tuo is unkillable. Human, you've angered me, the golden lizard said. Ha ha. Then you'll soon be infuriated, said Luo Feng. He looked back. The golden lizard lashed his tail and changed its direction easily. It dodged the lava, and it was fully utilizing the power of Golden Beast God. Luo Feng was thrilled, as it was like watching the rebirth of a beast god. A joyful thought went across Luo Feng's mind. I can't believe I get to fight a beast god now. Suddenly, a whirlpool was formed in the lava ocean in the distance. Lava whirlpool. Luo Feng felt intimidated, as lava whirlpools represented one of the most terrifying threats in God-destroying Valley, one of the 7 most terrifying threats under molten lava devil god. The records in the human race were rare. However, Jiefanzi had detailed records, including some of the circumstances when individuals had been trapped by lava whirlpools. Apparently, Jiefanzi had adventured in on such whirlpool before. Horrendous wind was formed, and some of the giant rocks on the ground flew out and started to spin in the sky. They spun faster and faster. A lava whirlpool right in front of you, a voice from the golden lizard said. It'll get larger and larger as time passes. It'll definitely expand faster than you can run away. The space around us was already clotted, and there are no space ripples. Ha ha. You dare come here. I've adventured in this place for hundreds of eras, and it's like my home. You dare fight me here. Ha ha. Like your home, said Luo Feng. Do you think molten lava devil god will show mercy to you? Luo Feng rendered that golden lizard speechless for a while. You won't be able to talk later. The lava whirlpool kept spinning, and the whirlpool kept getting larger. It reached Luo Feng instantly. The wind was almighty. If someone was trapped in that wind, it would be like being hit by an elementary universe master every 0.01 seconds. Although attacks from an elementary universe master weren't that strong, the frequency would be able to at least severely injure a universe masters who didn't have good defending abilities. Luo Feng was able to resist it, but it sharply slowed him down. Ha ha ha, laughed the golden lizard. I've been here for hundreds of eras. Human, you're dead. The golden lizard moved in the wind and kept spinning. At the same time, his tail was lashing, making him move easily in the wind. The golden lizard flew to the surface of the rock. He extended his hoofs and stuck them into the rock. Then he infused his godly power into it. The rock flew toward Luo Feng. It flew in curves and was suppressed by Luo Feng's golden country, but it was still much faster than Luo Feng. The celestial rock got quicker and quicker, and it was impossible to slow it down. It dashed Luo Feng. Luo Feng shook his wing and flew toward another rock. He landed on a rock with a diameter of 300 million kilometers. You know how to hide. The golden lizard controlled the rock. Luo Feng was on a slightly smaller rock. It was billions of times stronger than Mars hitting Earth. Under that wind, and rocks hit each other, and they all broke down into a multitude of shards. Luo Feng still trembled. A giant golden hoof slashed toward Luo Feng. Shattered rocks were scattered all over in random directions, distorting the surrounding space. That golden hoof drove through many scattered rocks to appear before Luo Feng in a flash. Get lost. Luo Feng's body made a slight movement. Dazzling silver blade rays flashed instantly. The 4 silver wings on Luo Feng's back expanded suddenly, and the edges of his wings became incredibly sharp. Right away, he executed his blade technique, Golden Light, striking hard against the scales of the golden hoof. He was going head-on and confronting the golden hoof with a toughness that matched its own. Silver blades collided with the scales. A loud crash resounded. The golden horned lizard only swayed a tiny bit to the side, but was thrown into the air upon colliding with the flying rocks. It was forced to retreat, but it was the same case for Luo Feng, who also retreated due to the impact of collision. The golden horned lizard roared before it charged towards Luo Feng again. Good wings. They can be so powerful when used as a blade. Luo Feng merely gave an indifferent smile. What a joke. Since the spirit of his Shawu wings had been born, through the snippets of memories that it had, Luo Feng had gotten to know the true colors of his Shawu wings. Although they had various functions, the most important function was that once used to fight, it was like a battle blade. The other 5 pairs of wings were only to support the back of the blade. The topmost pair of wings was the blade itself. That damaged pair of white wings was the blade. Of course, one would be the edge of the blade while the other would be the hilt. But that was not to say that the other wings of Shawu were inferior. In terms of tenacity, Shawu wings had an advantage. The pair of white wings was stronger due to its sharpness, but after going through a battle, while the other wings were unharmed, this pair of white wings was damaged. This sharpness was why the white wings were so important. The edges of Shawu wings were sharp, too, but they were nothing compared to the white wings. Upon transformation by the origin, then undergoing the penetration of the cutting-edge power of the white wings, the resulting power was intense. And if the pair of white wings were to strike a blow alone, the force would be even more intimidating. Shawu wings were not as powerful. Yet they were still a part of the original wing-type true treasure, and had absorbed energy from the origin to facilitate its self-restoration process. Therefore, they had also attained the level of a unique object. When used as a standalone blade during battles, it was comparable to a pinnacle true treasure blade. Clang! Luo Feng pulled out his blade from behind instantly. Yin Tuo, you think I am afraid of you? You are merely an undying fighter. Trampling on you is easy. Luo Feng held absolute guest blade. In an instant, he had become a beam of light and was coursing through the countless, shattered rocks flying about haphazardly. Then, with both legs, he stomped hard onto a 10,000-kilometer shattered rock flying about randomly. And he charged directly toward the golden horned lizard. What arrogance, said the golden horned lizard, flying into a fury. Lowering its head, it directed its horn at Luo Feng and charged toward him. Yet he was first greeted by a burning, endless flame. Blazing Flames Ocean and Golden Kingdom had superimposed. The golden blade ray lit up. A silver light shone. Luo Feng's absolute guest, and the edge of his left wing executed the golden light technique simultaneously. Together with the double empowerment of Blazing Flames Ocean and Golden Kingdom, he rained attacks on the golden horned lizard's hardy skull. Wherever the hits landed, faint cracks of black spaces would appear. The golden horned lizard and Luo Feng were both tossed away by the shocking impact. Along the way, they might even be hit by the shattered rocks flying all over the place at 100 times the speed of light. You have to use time and space, the golden horned lizard roared, as well as the double empowerment of your domain true treasures, before you can break even with me. Obviously, your godly body and techniques are still very weak. I don't believe you cannot be killed here at God-destroying Valley. Humph. Luo Feng took one look at the golden horned lizard. Having fought until then, he had yet to reveal his trump card. Under his control, Golden Kingdom had been consistent with its degree of power outburst within Universe Ocean since entering the region, yet he had never really propelled it to reveal its current limit, which was a truly high degree of power outburst. Golden Kingdom and Blazing Flames Ocean put together were enough to suppress an Young Master's top-tier domain-type true treasure. Under normal circumstances, maintaining it at such a level should suffice. As for its limit, Golden Kingdom, once pushed to its limit, would reach the level of a unique object. Golden Kingdom alone, even if Luo Feng's godly power was lacking, would still be comparable to a pinnacle domain-type true treasure used by a Universe Master, and it was not just any other Universe Master of subpar ability like Sky Wolf Master, but Universe Masters of absolute top-tier presences like Primal Chaos City Leader and Star River Master. If I pushed Golden Kingdom to execute its maximum power, given how strong Shawu wings are, news will spread further, and more great beings will covet it even more, Luo Feng thought. So long as there is no need to, I shall not use this trump card of mine. Luo Feng was not afraid of revealing it. So what if he needed to do so? Who would be able to snatch it away from him? It was just that one Yin Tuo was not enough to force him to show his ace in the hole. Yin Tuo, with that little capability of yours, exchanging blows with you once is enough, said Luo Feng. I cannot be bothered wasting my time here with you. Luo Feng stood afar, suspended in mid-air. Then, with one focused look, a gigantic blazing blade of flames emerged from the endless Blazing Flames Ocean. The blazing blade wasted no time in executing its technique, and charged toward the golden horned lizard. Luo Feng, on the other hand, turned around and flew away at high speed. He only left behind a part of his consciousness to control the blazing blade in its fight against the golden horned lizard. Blazing Flame's blade was comparable to a top-tier true treasure. Furthermore, it had the empowerment of Golden Kingdom, putting aside the fact that it was relatively weaker when it came to killing prowess, which was only the level of a third-grade universe master. It might not have been able to destroy the golden horned lizard, but it could, at the very least, obstruct the golden horn lizard's way. "You human, don't you dare escape," the golden horned lizard roared. Luo Feng continued flying off at lightning speed. Behind him, the golden horned lizard was exchanging blows with the blazing flame's blade, though it persevered in its relentless chase after him. "You know you will never be able to catch up with me," said Luo Feng. "Nor will you be able to do anything to me at all, yet you are still so persistent." Luo Feng's brows furrowed as he gave a slight frown. Looking far ahead, the power of the lava whirlpool was terrifying. The black, rocky land was breaking apart, and many gigantic rocks were revolving at high speed in midair, looking as though they were dancing to a very fast rhythm. Luo Feng looked on and laughed, "This old fellow. He wanted to bully me, as he thought that I did not know the true secret of the lava whirlpool. He wanted to see me falter there." No matter how many times the blazing flame's blade struck, the golden horned lizard persevered, relentlessly giving chase. "Yin Tuor, did you think that I would not have known about the dangers of the middle region of that lava whirlpool, the annihilation whirlwind?" Luo Feng's voice resonated in the surroundings of the golden horned lizard. The golden horned lizard was taken aback and became motionless for some time. How did he know? Impossible. That annihilation whirlwind is invisible, and it was at the core of the lava whirlpool, so exploring it is impossible. Ordinary great beings would run and hide from this central region of the lava sea. They would not be so silly as to try breaking through the core. Such highly confidential information. Even the current reincarnation era of my ancestral god school just learned of it. Yin Tuor was truly shocked. Originally, I intended to execute my technique right at the moment when he made a detour about the central core region, then I would stimulate the core of the annihilation whirlwind and let it spread its influence over him. Humph. My godly body is massive with a unique gift, and I was barely able to evade that annihilation whirlwind. A large portion of universe masters, once they have fallen into that annihilation whirlwind, would instantly be strangulated to annihilation. There was no escape at all. Yet since Luo Feng knew, naturally he would not fall for Yin Tuor's ploy. Besides, Luo Feng controlled the domain. There was no chance for Yin Tuor to execute his technique to stimulate the annihilation whirlwind. How did he know this? Even among various figures of top powers from the second reincarnation era, very few know of it. And the top power figures from the primal universe do not really explore much of the three most dangerous lands. This classified information. How? Yin Tuor was in rage and fury. It was common knowledge that although universe masters would fight against one another, it was hard to kill one another. However, within the three most dangerous lands, if one's survival ability was stronger, and if he had more understanding about the lurking dangers, he could make use of the terrifying dangers to arrange the death of his opponent. Ha ha ha. Luo Feng was bowling over with laughter. Then he transformed into a streak of light and flew off into the distance. At this juncture, a large number of rocks from the middle region of the vast black rocky land, brought about by the lava whirlpool, had been shattered and scattered off in all directions. A deep blue planet ship previously concealed by the many black rocks was revealed. This deep blue planet ship was severely damaged. At that moment, with a fierce and forceful wind blowing, the ship gradually started to take off from the ground. It slowly began to emerge from the vast, rocky land. "True treasure," Golden Horned Lizard cried, dashing over right away. "It is a true treasure," said Luo Feng. Even Luo Feng was slightly taken aback, and quickly dashed over too. The three most dangerous lands were originally the birthplaces of many true treasures. Even Huge Axe Creator had been able to obtain a supreme true treasure when he was in the Tilted Peak sector. For Luo Feng, however, although he had been in the universe boat for so many years, it was his first time seeing a true treasure. Although it is a damaged true treasure, its aura is still very powerful, thought Luo Feng. The harsh environment of God-destroying valley is filled with a variety of dangerous conditions. True treasures that are less powerful have already been shattered. As for this damaged true treasure, judging by its aura, it has to be a top-tier palace-type true treasure. Luo Feng made a speedy judgment. It doesn't matter if there are slight damages. Sitting Mountain guest teacher would be able to restore the damaged parts easily. Even if I allowed it to be swallowed by the White Wings to help it in their self-restoration in the future, that would be good, too. An ordinary true treasure and senior true treasure would never be able to exist within the environment of God-destroying valley. It's mine. Yin Tuo roared. Ha ha. You think it's yours just because you say so. Luo Feng said with a sneer. He was the closest to the core region, and he was in control of the domain. The moment the gigantic, deep blue planet shop had been unearthed, a hazy golden light quickly bound it and sent it flying to Luo Feng. Closely following was a trace of godly power that speedily penetrated the deep blue planet ship. Yin Tuo saw everything that happened and gritted his teeth in anger. Bastard! He was full of hatred. Why had he stayed in God-destroying valley for so long? Because this place was one of the most dangerous lands, and the more dangerous a land, the stronger the true treasures that would appear. He was not strong enough to make it into the core region, so he had stayed in God-destroying valley for a long time, awaiting his chance. He was also aware that once the lava whirlpool wreaked havoc within God-destroying valley, a true treasure would appear, but he had not expected it to be so coincidental, to be born at this moment. Ha ha ha. A top-tier flying-type true treasure, said Luo Feng. Although damaged, it is still rewarding enough. What an accidental surprise. This Yin Tuo must really be my lucky star. Luo Feng manipulated the deep blue planet ship, bringing it to himself. On the other side of the lava whirlpool, two other figures suddenly came out of a deep cave, transformed into two streaks of light, and speedily flew toward the lava whirlpool. They were a pair from the Divine Eye clan. The lava whirlpool has appeared and is stirring up countless shattered rocks, said the first one. There may be true treasures appearing. Look. That deep blue planet ship is a true treasure. 5 Chaos Master, look. There is a golden horned lizard. Oh, it must be Yin Tuo. Just Yin Tuo. Not much of a threat to 5 Chaos. Huh. There is someone else. These two great beings of the Divine Eye clan had also stayed in God-destroying valley for a long time, so when they had sensed that the lava whirlpool was emerging, they too had arrived shortly. They also quickly realized that closest one to the deep blue planet ship was a living soul, a human. Golden light. Silver wings. That must be Silver Wings Horde leader. Yes, it's Silver Wings Horde leader. 5 Chaos Master. That Silver Wings Horde leader is extremely weak, and the only edge he has is that winged true treasure. How dare he come to God-destroying valley? He's walking to his own death, so he can't blame anyone. The great beings of the Divine Eye clan immediately identified that famous human being from the original universe. They were powerful enough to be in God-destroying valley. Besides, the Divine Eye clan was the most powerful pinnacle race in the first universe era, which made them much stronger than the loosely knit ancestral god school. Luo Feng also identified the two great beings of Divine Eye clan. Who were they? It was 5 Chaos Master and Ultimate Arrow Master. Ultimate Arrow Master was at Ice Mountain Master's level, and he had a pinnacle domain type true treasure. He was proficient in arrows, which was rare even in Universe Ocean. As for 5 Chaos Master, he was at a completely different level. He could rival Primal Chaos City Leader, and he had Pinnacle Domain type and Pinnacle Palace type true treasure. I have met another two great beings of the Divine Eye clan, thought Luo Feng. I can deal with that Ultimate Arrow Master, as he's at the same level with Yin Tuo. That 5 Chaos Master is a handful. Luo Feng's expressions changed. Besides, I heard that he follows 5 beast god paths: space and gold, space and wood, space and water, space and fire, and space and mud. He can even rival my teacher. Damn it, why am I so unlucky? I have met 3 Universe Masters in Universe Boat, 5 Chaos Master included. Luo Feng knew that there were many caves under the black, rocky ground, and there were endless mazes. It was much safer within the mazes, as teleportation was allowed in that labyrinth. As long as one could find a safe route, he could change directions easily and dodge molten lava devil god. The Divine Eye clan and the Ancestral God School from the first universe incarnation era both devoted plenty of time and energy to studying the mazes, so they knew some safe routes. However, the map left by Jie Fanzi didn't include the safe routes. After all, Jie Fanzi was a lone universe supreme master. For one thing, he was so powerful that he didn't want to go into the mazes, and he also didn't have the time or energy for that. Jie Fanzi spent more time in the core area, as the inner area didn't deserve his time and energy. Ha ha ha. Isn't this Yin Tuo? Ultimate Arrow Master laughed. Yin Tuo, you're a famous great being in our first universe era, and you failed to seize a true treasure from this human nobody. I think you might as well just die. Useless, 5 Chaos Master snorted. Water ripples appeared, extinguishing the flames from Luo Feng. Churning water ripples were formed centered around 5 Chaos Master, and their voices were transmitted through the water ripples. The golden horned lizard grew infuriated. Ultimate Arrow, 5 Chaos, then prove that you're strong by seizing true treasures from that human. Get nothing and be defeated instead. We're not as incapable as you, Ultimate Arrow Master said with a sneer. Luo Feng looked at everything. The great beings from the first incarnation eras were all mad, because they were facing true death, and there were lots of interpower struggles in the first years. As for Luo Feng, he concentrated on 5 Chaos Master, as he was a handful. Only the original universe could breed small universes, and universe supreme masters. Once an incarnation was over, those universe masters from the previous incarnation eras could never become universe supreme masters, which was why universe masters like 5 Chaos Master could never make a breakthrough. He has a pinnacle domain type true treasure, Water Ripple Prison, thought Luo Feng. However, it's only a mediocre pinnacle domain type true treasure. Even though Water Ripple Prison was only mediocre, 5 Chaos Master was able to make the best use of it. He wouldn't be able to resist it unless he fully utilized Golden Country. Su. That broken spaceship shrank to the size of a fist and flew to Luo Feng's palm. Rat, give me the spaceship true treasure and your wing true treasure, and I'll spare your life, yelled Ultimate Arrow Master. We're not Yin Tuo, and we both have pinnacle domain type true treasures. Either one of us is able to suppress the time and space controlled by your wing true treasure. Without the help of space and time, you might die today. Just give us the true treasures so you won't suffer greater losses, 5 Chaos Master said, staring at Luo Feng indifferently. Ha ha ha, Luo Feng guffawed. Like what Yin Tuo said, everyone can bluff. But nobody knows what will happen in the end. Humph. 5 Chaos Master snorted. The endless water ripple prison started to move, and the energies became gigantic heavenly pillars. Suddenly, a giant palm appeared. There were 5 fingers on the palm. The palm was 10 billion kilometers long, and the 5 fingers were golden, turquoise, blue, red, and yellow, respectively. 5 beast god paths were contained in them. Then die. 5 Chaos Master said indifferently. The palm slapped toward Luo Feng. Luo Feng looked up. Gosh! That gigantic palm, 10 billion kilometers tall. It blocked everything above, and the 5 fingers were like heavenly pillars. That palm was more terrifying than those rocks, and the move made Luo Feng realize how terrifying the beings at Primal Chaos City Leaders level were. If it weren't for Golden Country, 5 Chaos Master could kill him with one move. Hee hee. Ultimate Arrow Master smirked. We've given him a chance. Sadly, he didn't treasure it. Without that golden light, this Luo Feng is just weak. The golden horned lizard shook his head. He's helpless now. Even if he hides in a palace-type true treasure, he will be caught by 5 Chaos, and he'll still be miserable. Suddenly, Water Ripple Prison trembled, and traces of gold tore the ripples apart, driving out all the ripples. An area of tens of square light years was engulfed in Golden Country, and Water Ripple Prison completely disappeared. The palm completely disappeared immediately following Water Ripple Prison. What? The Golden Horned Lizard was shocked. Impossible. Ultimate Arrow Master couldn't help shouting. Though Water Ripple Prison wasn't one of the best Pinnacle Domain type true treasures, it was still a Pinnacle 1, and it was used by 5 Chaos Master. 5 Chaos Master squinted the first time, and he gazed at the wing of Luo Feng with greed. Great wing, the voice of 5 Chaos Master rumbled. Give me the wing. This is your last chance. Luo Feng's eyes turned red completely. Just fight. Damn it. He didn't want too much trouble, which was why he didn't fully utilize Shawu Wing even though Shawu Wing had completely changed. However, he was facing the terrifying 5 Chaos Master, so he had no choice. Perhaps he would attract lots of other great beings, but he wasn't afraid of anyone. He just didn't want any trouble. Young one, you're indeed confident, 5 Chaos Master's voice rumbled. Sadly, the consequence is to die earlier. 5 Chaos Master dashed at Luo Feng, almost 100 times faster than light. After a short conversation, he was less than 3 billion kilometers away from Luo Feng, and that single-eye phantom became larger. The single-eyed phantom started to gleam. The sky and land abruptly changed. The world changed. Luo Feng and the Golden Horned Lizard were trapped in a whole new world, and the giant eye floating in the sky looked down upon the land. In this new world, there were 5 different colors, including gold and turquoise. As for Luo Feng, he was maintaining Golden Country, and he triggered the Flame Ocean. 5 Chaos Sector. Water Ripple Prison. Destroy. The noise resounded in that world, and the 5-colored light and the water ripples merged together. Golden Country was annihilated, and the 5-colored light was combined, forming 5 giant fingers that grabbed for Luo Feng. No. Luo Feng was intimidated. His godly power was weak, so Golden Country was only slightly more powerful than Water Ripple Prison. Water Ripple Prison and this world combined had routed Golden Country. Luo Feng clenched his teeth. Up. The endless chaos airflow permeated the world, and the micro-universe membrane was attached to the limit of the world. It was a great feat to perform miniature universe in Universe Ocean, and with Golden Country, the power surged. The 5 fingers dissipated again. Hit, hit, hit. Luo Feng manipulated miniature universe and Golden Country to hit the world, which consumed the energies in miniature universe much more quickly. At the same time, the world was hit by the lava whirlpool. The world crumbled. And at the same time, miniature universe withered away. What a great wing. It can resist both of my moves. 5 Chaos Master stared at Luo Feng in the distance, and suddenly, strange black scales appeared on his body. His right hand became gold. I've fought your teacher with all my power before. I can't believe I need to use all my power to fight you. All your power? Luo Feng suddenly smiled weirdly. The facial expression of 5 Chaos Master changed, and he looked to the sky as if he'd just noticed something. Suddenly, an incredibly giant arm showed up in the sky. The towering molten lava devil god emerged from the lava ocean. The golden lizard started to run first. Molten lava devil god. Molten lava devil god. Ultimate Arrow Master grew anxious as well. Let's go. 5 Chaos Master started to run. It was the horrifying molten lava devil god. Endless golden light and flames trapped 5 Chaos Master, Ultimate Arrow Master, and the Golden Horned Lizard. Go? Madness flashed in Luo Feng's eyes. Nobody is going anywhere. This video will end here.